Hello, State Senator J.D. Mesnard here with a legislative update. It's been a busy few weeks of the legislature because we are at what's called crossover, where we try to push all our Senate bills over to the House, and they're doing the same. And so it's a marathon of votes on the floor, long hours, but it's all part of the process of trying to keep these bills moving this session. One of the bills I did want to bring up, because it's gotten a lot of attention, more attention than about any other bill I've ever introduced, and I've been around for a while, so that's saying something, has to do with smoking marijuana. You may have heard about this, but it is an issue that I've experienced personally in my neighborhood, and others have reached out to me with concerns. And that is that, those who are smoking pot, because the voters did legalize recreational marijuana a few years ago, are being not as careful as they should be about where that smoke and that odor is going. I know it's difficult to control, admittedly, and what you do on your private property is your business. But the moment it does start affecting other people on their private property, whether it's families with young kids, as is my case, seniors or other vulnerable adults who may have, asthma or breathing challenges, then it becomes more than an issue that's just about your private property and your right to smoke. And there are a number of ways, by the way, to get high. I'm not trying to impact any of that. But what I am trying to do is create a situation that strikes the right balance. And so what this would say is that if you have a medical issue that you're using this for, that's a mitigating circumstance. But if it becomes so extreme that it is impacting your neighbors, then there is a process of going to your city to engage there, or other steps along the way. And it would create a petty offense if this gets out of control. Again, just trying to create a system that strikes the right balance between the one person's right and the other person's privacy, private property rights. I will say that as a dad, it's very frustrating when I have to tell my kids, hey, I know it's a nice spring day, but you're gonna have to come in the house now because something that's happening down the street is now coming this way and impacting us. I had a constituent reach out. He and his wife bought a condo, a starter home essentially, and unbeknownst to them, they share a vent with someone else in the community who lights up quite a bit and doesn't seem to care how it's impacting them. And they now have a 1-month-old baby and are scared about SIDS and any other number of things that could impact them. As a dad, that speaks to me, and it's something that I think we need to address. So the bill, which did pass with broad bipartisan support, has now gone over to the House. I will say that I have never experienced anything quite like this as far as the email coming at me over this bill. Some who are loving this because they're very frustrated with the situation, but others who are irate because they think I'm trying to meddle in their private affairs. Again, this isn't what you do on your own private property that's the issue. It does become an issue, though, when it's impacting other people surrounding you. I'm just hoping at the end of the day we can all be good neighbors. I'll keep you updated as that bill moves through the process. Until the next legislative update, God bless.